Hello. Okay, so it's a Captain Australia news update. Boom boom. Theme music for you. So it is late afternoon, early evening, about 6:30 I think. I am still a little ways out of Cobargo. The main issue is I keep stopping and chatting with people, which is tremendous. I love it. You know, I don't want to not do that, but it slows me down fabulously. Hey brother, how are you? Says Sean. Oh, g'day Sean. Doing good, thank you mate. So tonight I want to pitch camp probably about 5k out of Cobargo. I have knocked back 3 or 4 offers of hospitality, which is not my normal ethic. I think you should never discourage kindness. But, well, one of them was this lovely family with an Airbnb just at Tilba, back that way. But I want to make more distance. I need to get further. Look, this is the road we're on. So we need to get over here on the lee or here just to make sure we don't freak out any motorists. And past they go. And then we can kind of emerge out like a rabbit out of our hole. Keep walking. There have been unmarked roads, a little bit of iffy road. All good though, well used to that. So, yeah, I had to decline hospitality at Tilba, and another farmer and his wife pulled up. I think they have a property near here, asking if I wanted to stay. Sorry, need to push forward. And then there's the Cobargo Hotel, but I knocked that one back because if I make it there, sorry, car's coming. If I make it there, I have to, you know, probably push forward to 8:30, and that's not that bad. The issue is just these roads will be quite unsafe after dark, I reckon. Even if I had my, you know, high visibility uniform on, which I don't have. You might be curious about Einstein, this guy you'll see sometimes in the background of the videos. So he joined me from Ulladulla. Met him at the Marlin pub. He's a lovely man. I won't tell you his story. I don't want to steal it from him, that's for him. But I think he's become a bit of a disciple of the big walk. So he has suffered, as I did, and he's reaching inside himself, as I did. Maybe trying to find that superhero in there, you know? So he's, I haven't seen him today. He's back at Narooma. I think he knows some people there, having some swimming and walking. So this is a guy who's been, I think, kind of housebound for a long time. And he's getting out, walking, you know, swimming every day. Healthy life. He's, I won't tell you his story. I actually made him able to post on the big walk. Because I think he's gonna, like at his own pace, every so often check in. And I thought it would be nice if he had a chance to tell his story to you, if you're curious to hear it. Because I think he's a lovely person. And I think he's taken the idea of the big walk on board. And he's on his own big walk. Anyway, or big drive for him, I guess. So I am going to pitch camp tonight, maybe somewhere between 5 to 8k out of Cobargo. Tomorrow morning I'll roll through Cobargo, meet some people, have a bite of breakfast, and then push on to BEGA. I want to get to BEGA Sunday morning. So all on track for that. Let me put on my spectacles so I can respect your comments. Sorry. My old man spectacles. Here they are. Oh, look at that. There's some lovely scenery here on the south coast. And I don't know if you can hear those, you know, the cheeping and all those lovely sounds. Here we go. Okay. Comments. Sorry, just do a quick scroll. Good old Sean is watching. Sophie says, hey Simon, going strong. Great to see you. Cheers, Sophie. Mary Lou says hello. G'day, Mary Lou. Diddly-dee-dee-dee. Alyssa says, hey Captain. Captain says, hey Alyssa. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Hey Legend says, Sue. G'day, Sue. Look at this, scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Lisa, it's Denise. I'm watching this magnificent man too. He's a legend. Hi, Captain Australia. Hey, Denise. Well, that's very kind of you. Cheers. Magnificent. I've never been called that before. Legend, then footprints. Okay. You're doing amazing. Thank you. Stay strong. Not far now from Cobargo. You inspired us. From Angie. Thank you, Angie. Thanks for bringing awareness to such a great cause. Well, cheers. So, there we go. Up to date on the comments. Today, I mean, I think I've come close to 30k so far. By the time I sleep, it'll be like 33k or something. Let's keep up to date on comments. You're a legend and so inspiring, says Karen. Well, thank you, mate. That's such a lovely thing to say. Getting close to Cobargo. You're doing a great job. Hope to see you in BEGA. Will you be attending the BEGA show, says Janelle. So there's this guy, lovely bloke. Well, there's all these lovely people from the radio station there, Power FM and 2EC. Started with Stolzy and then rippled through the station. And they all, you know, text and write to me. I think one of them's emceeing at the show. Brad Bissett, I think his name might be. So he's asked me to try and get there for Sunday. So that's what I'm aiming to do. You know, my pace is really impacted by all the stop, hello, how you doing chats. But I'll get there, I reckon. So yeah, my plan is, to answer your question, Sunday morning. I would probably Saturday night plan to camp outside BEGA and then roll in Sunday morning. Dan says, take care, mate. Where you are is a bad stretch of road. Yeah. Not the worst I've seen. Not yet, anyway. But yeah, I'm pretty good with dodgy road. And even then, there is a roll of dice. I get it. I'm taking my life into my hands doing this, and it's never going to be safe. When you say be safe, if we're safe, it's a holiday. This is a quest. You know what I mean? But I'm being smart. I'm doing everything I can to mitigate the risk of getting hit. I've only had one close call. It was a P-plater zooming along, and there was just no clearance. I was up as high as I could get, and like I almost felt him brush the corner of my pack, you know what I mean? But for the most part, good. Diddly-dee. Mark says, Captain, the smiles you bring, stay safe. Oh, that's lovely. I am really just an old buffhead walking. That's my skill. It's not even my skill. I'm not doing such a great job. But I love the idea that people look at this in a wider sense. The theme of it. The idea that a broken life can be fixed. The idea that we are all, every one of us, gorgeous. And it's society, it's our choices, it's our circumstances that try and contaminate that and block it. But we're seeing concrete examples every day of the kindness that's out there in the world, you know? And I love it, the idea that that gives anything to anybody. So I'm doing my very best to try and share these moments. I feel that I'm doing a mediocre job at best, because look how bad I am with cameras and stuff. Lachelle, oh hello Lachelle, met Lachelle at Narooma. You've made some good distance today, Captain, she says. Now Lachelle is French. It's like, what is the French for the toilet? Le toilette. What is French for the shell? Le shell. God, I'm a moron. Mark says, and you are spreading kindness. Well, maybe I am. I guess so. You know, and that's great. I love it. I absolutely adore it. Isabel, how are you getting home? Love what you're doing. So Isabel, it's a little known fact, I actually do have superpowers. I just don't like to make it obvious or use them. So what I'm doing, when I get to Melbourne, big red cape on my neck, da-da-da, whoosh, and I'll just fly home. Why didn't you fly to Melbourne, you ask? Yeah, it's actually a really good question and a major plot hole in the movie. No, I will fly, but it'll be on a commercial airline, I think. Unless there's some barrier to doing that, like, I don't know, tests that I have to do, or I don't have enough money or whatever. Alternatively, I can rent a car and zoom back up. Who knows? I only look one day in advance, but that's the broad plan. Michelle says, I've been following your inspiring journey and it's like watching an old friend. I'll take that. Thank you very much. I'll take that. Love it. Thank you very much. So, anyway, walking along Cobargo. Want to set up. Want to be less than 10k out of Cobargo. And it's probably getting towards 7 now. And I'm about 11k out. Hello. G'day. Hey. You see, there's a lot of love down here in the south coast. It's gorgeous. Mark says, I'm sure there'd be enough support to crowdsource a flight home, Cap. No, I may not look as though I could fund a trip to the zoo, and COVID did kill my travel insurance business, but I think we've still got a little bit of money left in the mortgage that we can get home, and then I've just got to get a job and figure my life out. Isabel says, you met my girls at Mogo School, and they keep asking where you are each day. I love that. You are truly inspiring. Isabel, those kids at that school were so gorgeous. The Naruma school too. The Naruma school, they had the kindy kids right in the front. Oh yeah, I loved them when my children were that age. I love them now. I'll love them forever. But kids that age are just sponges, and they're gorgeous and smart and joy-filled. But the Mogo school, those kids were just wonderful. There's no other word though, just a delight. Well, that is another word, isn't it, you old fool? Ricky says, your family must be so proud because we all are. Yeah, I think they are. But we're trying to just play it cool, you know? Talk in the morning, talk at night. Dad's there, he's sort of not there, but sort of there, you know? Just play it cool. Kelly says, it was so good to meet you today. Thanks for stopping and chatting to myself and Renee. Look, these chats are lovely. There's been a couple where I've had to cut them short just because I need to get to a place to camp. This is the kind of forest I'll be camping in tonight. Yeah. So there's lots of big trees. See this one that's sideways here that I'm following with the camera? So that's an example of a major hazard. So people think, oh, Captain Australia, you're a master bushman. But I'm not, okay? I'm just an old tool from the suburbs in Brisbane. Perfect, says John. The forest is gorgeous, the sounds are gorgeous, and it's sort of dry too. There's not going to be too many mosquitoes, leeches, ticks. It doesn't look too bad for pests, you know? Snakes, no worries. The ground is clear. There's not a lot of low growth. But yeah, so hazards on the ground, snakes. You just want to make a lot of noise, because if you make noise, the snake slithers. You hear the snake, it hears you. You're not going to surprise each other by stepping on him and getting bitten. I think my boots could resist a slow snake bite, maybe. But snakes are number 3 on the hazard list for me. Number 1 is tripping over. Low vines, low growth, anything that can tangle you, or a hill. Anything you can tangle your foot up into, you can conceivably trip. And if you land badly, you could pierce yourself on a branch. If it gets like your femoral artery or something, bleed out. So tripping is, for me, the number 1 hazard. And then trees that are, especially here, look, here's another great example. So you've got a tree down there. You see that? There's, in the middle distance, there's a tree leaning against another tree. You know, if it were dark, might not even notice that. You pitch a camp, and if there's a storm, a bit of wind, rattle it, a trunk like that coming down on you could easily kill you, or pierce you and pin you, so you can't move. So, you know, just about assessing the hazards and making smart choices. Be safe. People say no, it's not safe. Not being safe, and human interference is the least of my concerns. I just want to be discreet and out of the way so I don't offend anybody, don't attract any rangers, because the people have been uniformly wonderful. If there were human interference, it'd be so they could bring me lasagna or something. So I'm not scared of the people. So yeah, tripping, falling branches and snakes are probably my top 3 concerns. Leeches and ticks after that. But yeah, I could show you how when I pitched my camp, if anyone's curious. The kids at the school were so curious about my gear. Such lovely questions, it was gorgeous. Anyway, I will pitch camp outside Cobargo. Tomorrow night I'll pitch camp outside BEGA. Sunday night I'll roll into BEGA, visit the show, and I will stay there, sorry, Sunday morning I mean, and I will stay there Sunday night. Monday morning I'm meeting with the radio people, and they have my replacement flag. So that thing on my back is all torn to crap, and Mrs. Captain Australia has sent down my backup. They cost me $450 from a printing shop in WA, in Perth. All good. Teresa says, hello, how it all going? So having just arrived, I guess, Teresa. Yeah, so I'm on my way into Cobargo and through to BEGA. After BEGA, there's a bunch of country towns on the way through to Eden, the Victorian border, and then there's that long road into Melbourne. I think if I had to sort of gut feel it, the walk will finish around 20 March, if I had to guess. I think that we've still got a solid month, and I need to make about, well, a minimum of 25k a day. I'm aware that my pace is flagging, and it's because I'm stopping constantly to talk to people, and I love it. If a slower pace is the price I have to pay, then I'll gladly pay it, because you people are just so effing cool. You know, so I've had so many fun conversations today. Love it. Coming alive, and I am joyfully coming alive in a way that I would not have thought was possible a year ago. So, anyway, that's where we are. I will pitch camp soon. If it's still daylight, I might show you how easy pitching camp is for me now. I got it down to quite a science. It's like clip, clip, done. Gail says, you're just too bloody popular. Am I? Come on. There's 44 people watching, Gail. That's lovely. I'm delighted by that. But I don't think we're at that internet sensation stage yet, you know? I do think a lot of the local communities have had word of mouth from all the radio, which is great. I just need, rolling into Melbourne, I need to stimulate some really big picture media. That's the whole strategy of it. Look at this old man. He thinks he's Batman. He's walking from Brisbane to Melbourne. What's wrong with him? Let's put him on the news. And then I'm on the news and I can talk about the Kids Cancer Project, can talk about the injustice of paediatric cancer, can talk about how great it is a cause to donate to. Bang, 10 grand in donations. Bang, 20 grand in donations. That day on Stanwell Tops, when I did the interview with the ABC Morning News, and then the project later that night, we raised $30,000 in a day. So that stuff, for me, the walk, that's for me and you, us. You know, that's this thing, this story. And those of you who have found it so, you know, worth looking at, I love you, thank you. It's wonderful, you know? But I don't think the mass public is into that. So Gail, wild popularity, I don't know that we're there yet, but stimulating a bit of crazy media. That big picture media where the people who are sitting at home looking for a story of hope, looking for a righteous cause, and they see it and they go, bang, I'll throw my $50 at that. That's what gets the charity over the line. And the rest of it's just for us and anybody else who wants to jump in, you know? But yeah, anyway, last comments. Let's have a quick look. I think I missed one. Amy says, glad you enjoyed your time in Narooma. I reckon it's about the quality of kilometres travelled, not the quantity. Well, I guess for me it's both. So at the end of the day, it's Brisbane to Melbourne, and that's the number. Renee says, an absolute ray of sunshine to all human life. Good on you, Captain. Oh, jeez. That's just lovely, thank you. I forget, if you watch some of the earlier streams, week 1, week 2, week 3, you'll notice when I started to get these little compliments, like, wow, good on you, mate. Oh, you're doing great. Oh, you're inspiring. So nothing like what we see now, you know, like mild by comparison. And I'd be like, come on, just I don't want to hear that. So you'll notice I've gotten better at taking a compliment. Progress. It's all about progress. Sorry. Have a good night, says Lynette. Thank you, Lynette. That's lovely. I will sleep well tonight. Andy, we all love you. Oh, thanks, Andy. Tanya, hey, mate, how much wildlife do you come across on a daily basis? Give us your best animal story. Go, Cat. I'll do that in a sec. Wendy says, go Captain, what an amazing story. Keep going, hope to see you at Lake Centris. Pete, hope you rest well tonight, Cap. I will. So the animals, the animal life that I've seen one koala, only one. Tried to take a photo, but it looked like just a termite nest, but I definitely saw a koala. I've seen a couple of goannas, about 30 or 40 dead snakes, and about 6 or 7 live snakes. I sat down on a sand road, like a single, just a trail, but 4-wheel drives can go down it, a road to a national park. Sat down by the side, pack wet, exhausted, it's been horrible rainy weather. Sat down, normally super careful, but I'm tired. And I look over and about 2 meters away from me, curled up, just kind of casually sunning himself, one big bloody brown snake. So I don't know, I don't know how to identify a snake. I imagine he was a king brown, but there might be a variation that lives in sand and sand dunes, like a, diamondback sand taipan or something. So whatever he was, I imagine that he was big, and I imagine that he was a poisonous snake. So I was about 2 meters away. He didn't appear too worried. He was just sort of slightly starting to move, and I just slowly got up. Good afternoon to you, sir. I'm a predator. You're a predator. Let's respect each other. I'm so sorry to have stumbled into your area accidentally. Goodbye. Picked my pack up and just sort of got the fuck out of there. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. But I guess my funniest animal story was the leech that I got on the back. So that for me was just, it was outside of my experience. I didn't know what had bit me, so I just had this sudden sharp pain in my back. And I reached back, and when I did, I pulled off and popped the leech. So there was a sharp pain and then blood everywhere. I was in a hammock, it was dark, and I was in the middle of nowhere. So I was trying to take photos of my back and see how bad the injury was. And it did look nasty, blood everywhere. And I was thinking, what have I been bitten by? So I had to the prudent thing was, to contact my wife, and I didn't want to scare her, but I said, this is where I am. I may have been bitten by a poisonous spider or something. I'm going to message you in 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and an hour. If you don't get a message in those timetables, can we may need to get some help. But I was all good, and it was a bloody leech. But it was outside my experience, and I thought I might have been bitten by something poisonous. You just take it on the chin, though. Brent says, do you have gaiters for some protection from snakes? So what I have is these military boots that go up to, you're just up above the shin. So most snake bites are down around the ankle, and there's quite thick treated leather there. So yeah, I don't have a gaiter over the top of that, but the boots are high and hard, and probably have a reasonable chance of resisting a snake bite. A gaiter, I wouldn't just look like this cool, incredibly sexy superhero Captain Australia if I messed with the costume. So really I should, in the version 1 Captain Australia costume, I had bright yellow bumblebee boots, and they went up to the knee and folded down. I bought them from an online transvestite. I don't even know if transvestite is a thing anymore, now that we're more, educated, I guess, about, genders and all of the rest. But it was for cross-dressers and performers and stuff. So I got these big yellow stripper boots on this Kinky Boots store, and I've still got them at home somewhere. So when I get home, I'll show them to you. They are crackerjack. And the gloves were gardening gloves, also similar, bright bumblebee yellow. Tanya says, swear all you like, bloody leech. Thank you, mate. Yeah, I'm mindful though. There's kids like my mate, Yiggity Yiggity Archer, shout out Team Archer, yo, who sometimes watch, Joshua, who I met on the road out of, where was I coming out of Bateman's Bay, I think. Young man, awesome kid, lovely kid, but still a kid. He doesn't need to hear me dropping the F-bomb. So yeah, I sincerely apologise when I swear, I don't mean to. This road, look, this is the road we're on. You can see it's a bit narrow, a bit iffy. Can you hear the pretty noises? Car coming behind us. Let's have a look. Here they come. Watch how fast they come around. See? Whee! He wasn't going that fast, really. So I'll probably let the stream go there. I might not pitch camp until like just before dark, you know, like 7:45, so I can get as close to Cobargo without actually going into Cobargo. So there's not much point in me streaming and showing you how I set up camp tonight, but I will do that at some point and give anybody who's, you know, newly joined the big walk a rundown of the gear and all that sort of stuff for those who are curious. But what I have in my kit on the back here, it's basically all rolled up into one big waterproof little swag, and inside, so the outside is a tarp, quite a large tarp and very lightweight, and inside is a hammock with an insect screen. And I pitch the hammock, I'm up away from snakes, tarp protects me from the weather, and inside at the moment are 2 sleeping bags, so I'm really extremely comfortable in there just at present. So it's all lovely. Have a good and safe evening, Captain, says John. Michelle says, I wanted to warn you about that road. It doesn't go too long, but that's the most dangerous spot before Cobargo. Okay, I'll be careful. Thank you. Murray Dunn, lovely to see your name again. Hi, Captain. It's great to see and hear you're going well. Donna and myself look forward to see your story, mate. Well, cheers. You're lovely people, Murray, you and Donna. Awesome, fantastic people. One of my best and earliest encounters on the big walk, and I will remember you always. So, I will leave it there. You can see the country behind me. That's the kind of stuff I'll be camping in. And I might do another chatty stream later, you know. We can get a bit of dialogue going, you know. Tell some jokes or something. I don't know. I'm lonely. Don't let me be lonely. Entertain me. Why do I always have to be the one who entertains you? It's not bloody fair. Alright. I guess I should stop fart assing around or I'm going to get run over. You see how sharp this turn is here? They will come zooming around at like 80. Stop at Cobargo Bakery, good food there. Alright, will do. I will stop at the bakery and the pub, but I'll be rolling through in the morning, not tonight, okay? How far from Cobargo? I'll be pitching camp about, well, it'll be somewhere between 5 and 10k. I'm just going to walk until just on sunset, 7:45, and then I'm going to select a campsite and rest. But yeah, then roll into Cobargo in the morning. So that's it, Captain Australia's big walk for the Kids Cancer Project. Thanks for checking in. This was a bop-bop-a-diddly, bop-bop-a-diddly, bop-bop-a-diddly-dee. Captain Australia news update. Boom, boom. See, here's a car. Let's get over here out of the way. You're looking so good still, mate. I'm so proud of you. Have a good rest overnight, says Graham. Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Gail's thumbs up and in love. Alright, I love you too, Gail. Thank you. I love meeting you, walking with you on the Fernley track in Newcastle. You are a flat strap legend. All the very best, everybody. I might do another stream later on tonight. I think I have really good signal here for some strange and bizarre reason. Take care of yourselves.